we often saw Sion and Gragas last split, but we do load in now. I think this is what I consider to be the match of the night. It's hard to tell who you think's going to win this one. Immediate thoughts is going to be J-Team. Obviously, they picked up the win last time, as well as they have just looked better thus far. Phase Rush on the Gragas as well as the Poppy, and it is the Conqueror on the Azir.
That Gragas has absolute focus and Scorch as well. I don't think you can get through Cassante early, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. If there's a man that can do it, it's definitely Dr. Ivor.
Double magic resist on the Cassante too, so
yeah.
Will be pretty hard to ever find something there. Cleaning up this ward, Jimmian will pick that one up, so we'll hit level 2 off the first wave, and that can mean a lot. Obviously, Ari does fare extremely well into this Azir, at least pre-6.
Pre-6 is good, but post-6 up against Azir Poppy, it's not going to be that easy.
We've seen this, I believe, before as well.
Yeah,
I don't remember which team it was, but I think it might have been Frank, but it was like the amount of times that Ari only just survived to the Poppy ganking, trying to hit them into the Azir Emperor's Divide. B-Team looking for Prio in this bot lane early, and they should get it because they are just sitting in that wave. There was a leash coming through for CFO.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see where the junglers go from here. Trades early game. They can favor Ari, but Jimmy hasn't gone for the best early game page. Often you see the Airy picked up by Ari in this matchup just so you can W4, but he has the Electrocute, some more scaling, and is getting very aggro here with his level 2 first. Yeah, nice trade for himself there. Not much Minji can do.
Massive trade.
And Minji did start the D-ring, so isn't going to have anywhere near as much sustain, especially after that recall comes in. Ooh, nice dodge out there. And topside there, Resi has Prio. Maybe we can just go, it drops a shallow ward in the river.
This is the Dr. Ivor special though. Lets them push and then freezes it here and just keeps throwing out those barrels. Without the Arcane Comet though, I don't feel like you're ever going to make any real damage.
Yeah, I feel like Absolute Focus on Scorch is a really weird choice versus Cassante. Because I think versus Cassante, there's just no way you can get through him early. It's better off just going, you know, Transcendence Gathering, if anything, and just scaling up a bit.
I guess maybe you could, but you'd need the Arcane Comet to do it. Phase Rush, while it will be better for you in those team fights and skirmishes, it feels like if you're taking the Phase Rush, yeah, there's no real point in going early game focused. Oh, looking up here though.
Especially when there's, you know, second wind grasp D-shield.
Yeah.
It's just so much sustain to get through.
Yeah, things going well for Rest here. It is early days though.
PCS though, starting to go in Jimmy's favor. To be expected from this matchup. I think as long as Azir hits level 6 without being too far behind, he's in a very good spot. And honestly, from that point, is kind of outscaling already. I think definitely is pretty strong. Top scuttle. Could be a fight.
Yeah, Gemini might be able to look for both, although it seems like Lava
He might
knows.
just cross.
Yeah, it seems like he is just going to cross, go towards that bottom scuttle. And again, we're seeing, really it is Jimmy and finding quite a bit of pressure in this mid lane. But the bot lane priority is in favor of J-Team, so that means that Lava is going to be able to comfortably secure himself at least one of those crabs. And actually Ping's going down into the bot side jungle for CFO, so I think they're suspecting that Lava's overextending, but he's in fact not. Playing very safe.
Now top side, the CS, it's starting to build for Rest, but there is a lot of gold to be grabbed still here for Driver.
We just heard Jimmian has had a mouse issue, so game has been paused for that reason. Hopefully we will get back into it soon. And I think looking at the scoreboard on our screens here, things going pretty much as you'd expect. But it is CFO that have to find things, because I think if you are entering that team fight stage, the likes of, I guess, the third dragon sort of timer, and you're even, it should start to favor J-Team pretty heavily. I think the Azir and the Xayah in a team fight is pretty ferocious to go up against.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And remember that they could have taken away that Poppy.
Yeah.
You know, because it feels like the Vi, I don't think Vi is particularly good versus Xayah anyway, because again, he can cover so much distance and has the ulti to shove you away after. And in the Desire as well, you have to think it's always going to come through if you pick up the Vi.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of a weird choice. But like you said, if we consider it's Gemini's Vi, maybe that makes a difference. He's really good on the champ.
I always love how intense Driver looks when he's in his screen. I mean, when you go to the player cams in the game, as you see on your screen there, he's just so into his screen, yeah. You actually, one thing I noticed between different esports is like you look at FPS players and they like have their face in the monitor. Whereas League players, I guess you need to see more of your screen. Like it is in an FPS, you're quite fixated on your crosshair, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas in League, you've got to sort of keep an eye on the mini-map as well as what's going on in the peripherals of your screen. But Driver, very, very dialed in. Maybe that's why he's so good at lane, just notices so many little things and
could be
capitalizes on them.
Every CS is life or death for Driver. Maybe now, looking at mid, Minji doesn't have much mana.
Oh, okay. Doesn't use the Q, though. Charm misses. He's going to have to commit his flash, but because the charm misses, he does get away with his life.
Yeah, imagine if that charm was held. Because I feel like Minji probably wouldn't have flashed the Vi Q. Or what do you think? Do you think he would have?
Well, he didn't. So, I guess he probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, big damage on the bot side.
Yeah, Gemini is going to arrive here, but the Poppy just throwing that shield out. Should be forced out of this lane. And the Wave's in a very comfortable position here for J-Team.
Yeah, liking this for J-Team. And I mean, Minji, while he is falling behind off this, as long as he doesn't die, he's fine, I think. He can keep farming up, and it's not like Ari really has kill pressure. She just will poke and get priority, which, hey, it's all annoying. But if nothing comes of it, if the side lanes don't get dived, if you can still secure some objectives, you know this Azir is going to hit mid-game and just destroy.
I will say, though, it is really CFO getting CS leads in every single lane, which is making themselves just balloon to a gold lead of 600 sort of from nothing.
Yep. You're fine with that, I think, though. There's a lot of scaling.
Ah, the CFO classic.
Yeah, CFO, they always like to put a timer on that scaling. You grab drags nice and early. And it looks like this one, it should go over. I'd be very surprised if you can test this with an Azir. I think giving over the first one, sometimes two, is basically a given. Something that isn't a given, though, is the Gragas build, and he's got a chapter. So it could be Everfrost, could be Leandry.
What do we think?
Well, for 1v1, Leandry's better, but I wonder if just having the Everfrost for Peel might be better?
Yeah, I get. You already have so much peel, though. You've got an Alistair, Poppy, self-peel within the Azir and the Xayah. I mean, Gragas just peels anyway.
I guess we'll see what the doctor orders.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Everfrost in fairness, but I think I'd like to see the Leandrys.
I'd be down for Leandry's too. Might depend as well what Minji ends up building.
He'll probably go Crown. They all do. It's kind of sad.
I miss the old Minji.
Bruce. Okay, it's staying safe. It's always so scary when you're seeing... Oh, okay, Jimmy, a nice ult there. It is an ult for ult trade. And that does favor Minji, I think, as long as he's able to evade the Vi ganks. The Ari not having the ult means she never really will have kill pressure over the lane. Should be a reasonably similar cooldown.
And that's a big reason why you see Ari picked into Azir, is just because there's not that many champs that can survive that kind of gank. Just such a huge distance covered. Gemini is still bot lane with Herald now up. In fact, Lava is around as well, so no Heralds being started on spawn. And Lava, will he? No, so he does not show. I think that's pretty crucial. Oh. Okay, now he shows.
And Gemini is hit a top side.
Okay, grabs level 6 off the bot wave. Ooh, big trades in top.
Phase rush is proc. All out comes out, but that puts him on the wrong side of Driver. Driver is forced to flash away, though. And with no teleport down, good things here for Rest in that top side. Is I think you do have to just give over this Herald. It looks like Gragas not faring so well into Rest's Cassante. And again, as long as you don't lose a tower, giving over 2 plates, which the Rift Herald pretty much guarantees you, isn't so bad when you have the Azir scaling.
I think if you can proactively trade as well, it's pretty good. Like, a lot of the time we see teams kind of make a poor attempt at contesting and then kind of figure out they can't and don't really get a good trade. But I think it's fine to give it up. I mean, your top matchup, I mean, it's difficult, right? And the mid matchup, I mean, Azir is definitely not ready to fight at this point.
Driver just popping the explosive barrel there and clearing the wave as quick as possible, and off he goes home.
Top bot lane is forced away though.
And this is good. I think you've realized now that the Vi's on top side, you have, you know, a good 15 seconds to be able to do this, but they have to be careful, of course. Jimmy and Gemini both headed down bot side. Spirit Rush will be available in the near future. Oh, the stun misses, but Cleanse is used. As Headbutt Pulverize is going to be used in the opposite order, but ultimately it is first blood. Minji picking that one up for himself as Jimmy trying to run away. Does have Spirit Rush available, so should be fine, but first blood to the Azir with only the lost chapter. Not a good sign.
No, that's a really big pickup, and that was Gemini. Obviously, he had the Herald, then I guess looked mid, but the the Azir Poppy combo comes out, and Minji, I think, you know, if you're CFO, that's the last person you want to give this first blood to. He's going to accelerate so fast.
Oh, it's Enzo.
Okay, Enzo finds him in the river. The ulti was flashed over by Jimmy. Spirit Rush was not yet up, but I mean, Gemini, he didn't really have the opportunity to do anything.
Yeah, and Gemini missed his Vault Breaker, importantly, on Minji, and then just gets swept up into the boys. Damage certainly there to ensure that kill. Now, Driver doesn't have Flash, and Gemini is in this top side.
Yeah, this could be troublesome. There's no Gragas ult either.
Yeah, use that to clear a wave. Does he have the Body Slam available? In fact, he's just staying out of range, so... Nice spacing there by Driver to ensure that could not, you know, result in a death. Cooldown boots.
I mean, I guess maybe you'll just do the full CDR build. I think cooldown boots is good. I mean, you got double AP. Mid lane. There's that Ruby Crystal for Minji, so probably is going to be the Crown rushed out. And Driver, I mean, he could be building a couple different items still, but I hope it's a Leandries. I think having one Leandries on your team versus Cassante is pretty nice.
Yeah. And it's so easy to proc the Leandries on multiple people too, as this Gragas. You have things like the Flash Body Slam. Crown, 11 minutes in. It's picked up already by Minji, and with that now, this lane becomes even more survivable for the Azir.
Yeah, I think it makes it really hard for Vi to gank mid now, and also in team fights, I think as long as you don't end up losing your crown to the Kai'Sa W.
That's crown procced, and I think he uses Q to go forward there, but...
No, just back to laning normally for now. That second dragon is alive, and I think if you're J-Team, probably don't want to start it, but just slow it down as much as you can. I mean, the slower the game is, I think, the closer you get to 3 items especially, I think at that point the game's in a... almost unlosable, I feel like, if you get to 3 items and you're still even.
Yeah, it looks like top is now sort of swinging in favor of Driver after picking up some cooldown, getting that sort of mana regen that comes from having the lost chapter. Gemini looking mid again. He spends so much time trying to get Minji. And in fact, all that's resulted from it is actually a kill on the Azir.
Yeah, so I don't even know if they can kill him, even if they get the ult off here. There just isn't enough damage follow-up. I mean, maybe they're going to look. Feels pretty
Minji's
forced.
backed off, so...
Okay, well, Herald does get dropped.
And it's just only going to go to Gemini, so...
Yeah, and I don't think the gold is particularly good on your Ahri either. You need gold on Kai'Sa, if anything.
Nice dodge out of the charm. Yeah, I think all that gold did just go to Gemini, so... Enzo, with the ward in the bush, will go and look, and finding so much CC there onto Chelsea, but ultimately it's Minji who comes in. He cleans himself up one. Shun trying to hit. He's untouched for now as he does dive over to take out the Poppy. But ultimately, it's a team fight win. Double kill there will be found for Minji on this Azir. Shun picking himself up one. Yes, it's important, but 4 kills for 1. 2, actually. 4 kills for 2 even. Definitely in favor of J-Team.
For sure. Team fight win, but it really just feels like team fight destruction because Azir picking up those kills.
3-0-2.
Yeah. It's going to be so hard now. And Enzo, you know, same place, same time really as before. It just starts us off so well. I mean, look at the health bars. Before the TP even comes in, the fight's already done for CFO. They managed to trade back something, but I mean, Minji in this fight is still full HP, and it's the strongest member of his team at the moment, so can just come in and clean up all these kills. And I think this is really, really worrying for the side of CFO. Your one saving grace is that Kaiser's the one getting fed. Kaiser, I feel like, the only one that can really deal with Azir just by W poking. But even that, it's not super easy if you fall behind.
I think that J-Team can probably look to contest this. I don't think they have to give this over.
I mean, look, the Azir has item way ahead of Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy doesn't even have Mythic at 14 minutes.
Yeah. And even when he has a Mythic, it's just going to be the CC coming through from the Frost. Yeah, and it's... I mean, Ari doesn't do damage when you go this build.
No.
You just don't. You offer the ability to find picks, and it's more secure to find those picks in terms of lock-up CC, but you just don't have the damage that you would if you go either the Ludens or the Leandries.
CFO, I think they need to try contest. They're bringing people down. They
It
can't
seems like it's a bit too light. It's just got it. And even if you're not really aiming for a sole win con, that just allows your Azir 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I think this is really getting away from CFO now. They have to be fighting these because you will not outscale. Unless they think that maybe they can fight on Shun's 2-item power spike. Maybe that's the play.
And so will find a Vi and chucks him over the wall. Bruce, though, doesn't have that Featherstorm available and is just completely annihilated. Gemini looking for more. Will find this Alistair as Minji is positioned, but not really to do any damage. It is just a clean kill found there onto Bruce on the Xayah, and I think that Featherstorm was so close to being up, but never had the chance to use it.
I think might have been Enso getting Bruce killed there. Kind of feels like he's the one that pushed Gemini into range of Bruce. But either way, I want to see do you remember who picked up the kill?
I don't.
Because I think that'll be pretty important. We're going to have to do a check. I think Kaiser needs to be getting these kills if they want to be able to pick up this game. She might pick up a bot tower as well, so it's going to be a lot of much needed gold for Shun.
Yeah, that is first blood tower too, if she is able to.
Got the kill?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy, he's been doing really well in his lane, but I mean, it's what you expect. At the same time, it's even if you're up 20, maybe even 30 CS over Zia, there's an argument you're losing, right? That's how hard the champ scales.
Yeah. Definitely. Everfrost is going to be the pickup on Driver. I'm a little bit sad to see it, but I guess it is the safer option. This is definitely winning these trades out now, though.
Yep. Still no Mythic there for Rest. And a lot of CS for Driver here. Most in the game, actually. Just farming up a Storm.
Yeah, and that's crazy. He was down like 10, 15 to Rest earlier in the game, so really hitting his stride.
Benji looks like he is working on the Nashes.
Yep, seems so, as is Shun. Both of them likely to pick it up in the very near future.
Yeah, I think both of those are very big pickups. Especially as if you're not taking the lethal tempo, once you finally get access to some more attack speed, feels really, really good.
Now, the next fight might probably over this Ocean Dragon. All sums are up, although Bruce going to have to use his Featherstorm. That'll be back up in time as the teleport's coming through, though, as Driver's going to be immediately stunned up there by the Ahri, but the ult comes through, and Xiaoxi's been delivered on a platter. Yum, yum, yum. Bruce picking himself up a kill for free, pretty much. And a pretty explosive fight, and you're not really sure over what. It doesn't seem like any objectives can truly come through. Minji's making some damage on the bot tower.
That was a 4v5 fight.
Yeah.
Minji just grabs that tower. And it's so weird, right? Like, the Xayah had it's not like we were punishing the lack of it. We just kind of engaged mid and got
Driver is on the side, but they're choosing not to. I think if they were able to get that tower, was certainly an angle where Driver would have been happy to go in. Doesn't have the stopwatch now, though. That is a very, very big item to have lost.
Ooh,
Meanwhile, Jimmy and Empress Divide will come through and find him. He has no Spirit Rush, already using it, and Minji likely to pick himself another one. In fact, Driver takes that, but Driver, he's everywhere. He goes mid, teleports in and delays, gets himself a kill, and goes bottom and gets one as well. And wow, things going bad to worse.
They're really getting out of control quickly here. I don't think CFO, I mean, they have to pretty much win the next fight or they're going to be in real big trouble. Nashes has picked up on both those carries, and also, Lava's Poppy has a locket.
I like it.
Yeah, I think just making sure your carry survive is pretty much all you need to do.
Yeah, you don't care if you're the Poppy. Honestly, you could even go like a redemption or something if you really care, because it feels like Poppy's job is to disrupt the team fight and help the boys. And
oh, shot.
Oh, Enzo! That's the second time he's found a nice pulverize into headbutt into the team combo, and Shun now getting so low, as well as that killer instinct will not be available now for this Dragons fight that is likely to happen.
This feels so strange. I mean, even without, like, imagine no TP had come through. It would just be an ult trade, and you're fine with that. But Driver, really nice
look
stopwatch.
at that, man.
Yeah, and it almost looks doomed there for Bruce, but he manages to get out. And like you said, they managed to pick up that kill, and that was a 4v5 fight that they came out ahead in. CFO, they want to look again. Driver does not have TP.
Yeah, Gemini coming through. It is onto Minji, but he's gone so far. In fact, having to flash even closer to the base of J-Team. He's doing good work here on Bruce's health bar, but he is in no man's land. Is going to be going down, and Enzo finds 3 into 4. It's such a huge team fight as there's AoE everywhere, but the benefactors, it's all coming up J-Team. The Emperor's Divide finds another 2.
Like a Baron.
It's 4 for 0. Baron likely on the cards.
And just like that, I think J-Team, I mean, they've put a stop to CFO completely. I don't think this game is losable from this point on. You feel a little bad for Shun sitting there at 1-0 and 2. But the fights are just not going well. And I do have to say, I think Enzo is having the game of his life here on Oyster. I mean, this has been an insane performance. And wow, with that, J-Team, what is this, now 7,000 gold ahead?
I have to see that fight again. I have to watch this beautiful Enzo. This man.
Yeah, look at him go. He got that flash out of Gemini. And then Gemini getting pretty low, but he finds the engage here. I guess it was a flash, yeah. The flash onto 3 there.
Oh.
And the 4-man knockup follows it up. And wow, I mean, if you're the one with the comp that needs to peel, and you feel confident enough to engage because you're that far ahead, things have really gone well and truly wrong, because there's no way they can ever get to the backline, because, you know, your entire backline's dying at the same time.
Baron picked up.
Ooh,
Shun did take the dragon, but yeah. Bruce pretty much isolated the Gemini on the Vi, takes him out. But man, what a team fight.
And 3 levels down here
is
Jimmy.
Driver! Oh, you absolutely disgusting man. Jimmy, and you can ult as much as you want, but Driver has 8,000. Oh, the Zonia's. Enzo now, he's going to have to peel. I think Driver's committed his life. But he sent a message.
He did.
He will flash under that tower and claim that Ari. Jimmy actually had flash. He probably didn't have to die, but...
No.
This game. And now the sandcastle is built. And it's 4-man strong, working now on this inhib tower. I think J-Team without Driver are strong enough. J-Team sieging down this inhib, likely to take it. If they want to continue, Driver does have teleport, but the waves aren't very good for trying to continue for anything more. Can look towards bot. In fact, pings are going over towards it. Minji hopping on the slip and slide, getting down there.
And Minji is so strong, and it's only going to get worse for CFO. Feels like you're almost better off just trying to engage, maybe after the Baron expires, and just try and find something, because I think the longer the game goes, I mean, unless you think Shun can 1v9, I don't think you have too much hope.
Yeah, I think your Ari is so giga outscaled at this point. As well as you saw Driver, he's got 8,000 ability haste. He's just constantly going forward, looking for CC. There is only one more wave left in this Baron. Will they look for a dive? There's so much.
I think it's hard to dive.
Oh, I think it is too, but Gemini on the side here. I mean, what can he look for? There's Featherstorm available. In fact, they don't have to. It is just going to be CFO giving over this tower, and what a huge swing of the game.
Yeah. And this is crazy. I mean, level 15 versus level 12. I mean, this is a fight that Ari probably wouldn't win, even if they were even in levels. Dragon's just really hard for this champ to deal with. And the CDs are so low, as well as having the phase rush means you can just constantly chase. I think it's a 3-second cooldown on the E. Probably just could have left it there and kept sieging, but he went for a bit more. No,
not Driver.
He gets the single dingle, which is what he's here for. Shutdown did go over to Kaiser, though. More gold onto Shun. It's maybe your last hope here, really.
Look, Driver, you can't be too upset. You've just increased your solo kill stat, which you're already first at.
True, it's the only stat that matters. And damage, which he got.
That's right.
Well, no objectives here for 2 more minutes. But JT might not be content to leave it at that. They might keep pressuring. And there's a stopwatch now on this Azir. If he wasn't unkillable before, he certainly is now. Vamp comes in on Bruce as well, so that's going to make that Kaiser poke much harder to stick.
You know, I think, thinking back to like all of esports that League of Legends esports that I've watched since like season 2, I don't think I've ever seen a person that can so consistently land Gragas combos like Driver can. Like, some of his combos are insane. That one, like, that on Jimmy being able to predict the explosive cask and where to put it after a Spirit Rush too, it's just otherworldly.
Oh.
Resh getting himself some gold bot feels a little bit inconsequential as 1 minute off this Dragon. Importantly, Dragon is not really a win con this game.
No. CFO normally have their soul by this point, instead sitting on only 2. Rest grabs some gold, but doesn't really feel like it makes a difference, in all honesty. There is no Void stuff yet for Azir, and that could maybe be... slows him down a little. I mean, there's a lot of magic resist coming through. There's still a lot of damage from Bruce, though.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about Minji and Driver, but Bruce, 4-2-5 on the Xayah. Has his Navori, has his Kraken. Definitely will be outputting the damage you need, especially when you are against a very minimal amount of armor.
He's been having a really good game for himself as well.
Yeah.
J-Team, I think they're going to play it a little safe. Just grab this Dragon and make sure you don't give CFO any chance to get those a bit more.
Gold.
Yeah, it's pretty high. He's up a lot of CS. Does feel really tough to do something, though. I think Kaiser is... You know, if you don't feel like you can dash forward, which I really don't think you can here, all you are is that poke bot. And obviously he has the Rage Blade, but if it comes down to DPSing, I don't think you win the race.
Definitely not against the Azir, you have to feel. I think your team is just so far behind that they can't really support you if you do go forward.
Especially with Ahri's items. It's down a full item over an Azir, and Azir's pretty tanky as well. 5 seconds on Baron. CFO, they've got the control. Maybe they can make a pick here. If they can make some sort of pick and get a Baron, that could be one of the only ways back in. I think as long as J-Team play this out safely, though, they should be able to walk in here pretty easily.
Here they come. Driver leading the charge.
Oh,
okay. Lava does lose his flash.
The message was sent, though.
That's right.
Oh, that Warb was missed, I believe.
Yeah. But they're not going for the Baron in any case. Vamp Scepter now picked up by Bruce, so... Shun, while he is ahead, his poke will mean less and less. And in fairness, he hasn't really gone for a good poke build.
Ooh. No Ahri ult. I think if J-Team are really bold about it, they probably could start Baron just off Ahri ult being used. Ahri really not a champ without it. Ooh, a little bit of chunk, but not enough.
Oh, Driver goes forward, will find Gemini, but he's actually just getting really, really burnt down. Will likely go down. In fact, he is so low. It's going to be just getting away on such little amount of health. No casualties as of yet, but health definitely in favor of J-Team. Driver recalling, has teleport available, will be teleporting to that Baron, and they're going to start it. They will almost certainly turn as soon as they see these CFO members. Enso has his flash available, does not have Unbreakable Will, but Minji, importantly, everything up. Bruce, everything up.
Ooh, TV flank for Rest.
Rest could be looking. Minji, you have to be really careful.
Well,
does get his
Jimmy
crown back up, and Jimmy, still doesn't have access to the Spirit Rush and lost a considerable amount of his health. And at least for now, J-Team feel pretty happy just burning out that teleport from Cassante.
I'm a little surprised they didn't commit a bit harder, but I think probably feel that as long as they don't 50-50, there is just no way really to lose. They don't need this game to go faster. They can very comfortably outscale here. Third item comes in for Driver. He's got the Cosmic. BT fully completed by Bruce as well. And Shuni's working on a Void Staff, which I'm not sure it's good.
Well, he's building the auto attack. He has a little bit of pen.
Yeah, but there's just no real MR to speak of.
Yeah, I guess. Poppy a little bit.
Yeah,
Allison
I mean, there's some.
Okay, fight. Kind of breaking out. Rest getting low. Rooted up, actually. Bruce dodging out of the charm, too, but the explosive barrel will just help Rest get out of there. Again, though, this Cassante just burnt his teleport, and now he's low and having a recall. It could be another angle where J-Team start to head towards this Baron. Minji hitting that ward from across the wall. These Void Seekers, though, will keep constant information on whether or not this Baron is being done.
The Kai'Sa is slowing down the game a lot. I mean, the constant poke to check Baron and to deal damage, and of course the shift for wave clear.
Driver has his flash up. Doesn't have his flash up, in fact. Oh, and he's going to be engaged on, but that Zonya's, again, another clutch timing. He will likely go down, but that's a lot committed here onto the Gragas. At least for now, it looks beneficial for CFO. Big chunks out onto Enso. It's going to force out the Featherstorm here from Bruce. And Jimmy will be spirit rushing forward. And with that, there's a lot of health advantages here for CFO. Are they able to do this, Baron?
That could be the pick they need.
Still full HP, and Bruce, while not having access to Featherstorm, does have his flash still available. Half health now on the Baron. As Minji and Lava will arrive, it's going to be this Poppy ult. Doesn't connect, and the Baron is still being aggro. Gemini keeping it low. It's going to be a fight breaking out, it looks like. Rest getting low, but it's Minji! Minji is found. It's now all up to Bruce. Is Bruce going to be able to stop this alongside Lalva and Enso? It doesn't appear like it. It's all out comes out. Lalva now in a world of his own, and CFO running away with an absolute heist there on the Baron.
Yeah, how on earth did they end up getting that? I mean, now CFO, they kind of close up the goal gap, and while they might get outscaled eventually, I don't think the items necessary are really coming through. You know, there's no real magic resist up against this Kai'Sa. Minji is building a lot of defensive items and now building a Shadow Flame for whatever reason instead of a Void. What is going on? There's so much magic resist. So Shun, he might put this game on his back and win. He is so far ahead now. The Void start feels more preemptive than anything.
Devil's advocate take is that Minji realizes the only person that needs to die is Kai'Sa, and the Shadow Flame will offer more in terms of trying to kill the Kai'Sa. I still think it's bad, but
it's definitely bad.
I guess that is the only way to really look at it, because you build Shadow Flame for a bit of AP in the pen, but Void Staff will just give you more.
Yeah, I think he just... I don't know. Oh, lots of chunk on the Bruce. CFO, it feels like they might even win the fight at this point, just off the back of Shun.
Does feel like it. J-Team, though, aren't going to go down without trying. Although the speed in which this Kai'Sa is able to take down that objective is just too quick. They do pick it up. Importantly, though, not really using the Baron for anything more than the Dragon, at least for now, is take a look at the replay.
And I would have thought that after all this being used on Driver, that they'd actually be in a very solid spot here. But I think the problem was how much damage Bruce took, and then Minji feels the need to play this quickly. I think after the Poppy ult was kind of wasted, but he's frontlining. Doesn't have the Gragas here.
Hit.
Yeah, got hit there. And despite having the very defensive build, once you're kind of in the team like that, whether you have Zonias or not, it doesn't really matter. Same with the Crown. You got to wonder, maybe it was just better to build a bit more damage and honestly just play a bit better.
Damn, Rest landing another one, and that Void Seeker.
God. Hey, he does have the BT. Oh no.
Bruce.
Yeah. And Kai'Sa is... Well, poke champs in general are very good versus here. So if Shun can keep this up, I think he's hit a few in a row now. He can keep this up, it can be hard. He gets the crown as well, just with the Shiv there.
That one goes wide, so they do have about 15 seconds of leisure.
Isn't Mikhail's on Lalva?
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I actually think you should just play full support Poppy.
But yeah, I guess it's good.
Oh, that doesn't seem too confident.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, you know.
I don't know.
You know.
All
okay,
right.
sieging top. 14 seconds on the Baron. They've got this last wave. Don't think they'll get anything with it, but man, I mean, CFO are keeping this game. And what looked like a completely lost game. Very, very competitive. And it feels like Shun with the Kai'Sa and the Shiv has single-handedly probably
comes out.
This.
Not the target you want. But they do weather the storm. That Baron now is off the table. I think maybe you just want to wait till Bruce gets his LDR completed. You still do outscale.
Yeah.
Although this Kai'Sa is becoming an absolute pest with these Void Seekers constantly coming down and chunking half your HP.
Oh, and Minji, the buy of shame, now has a Blighting Jewel and the alternator in his inventory.
That is the buy of shame.
He probably should just sell the alternator, honestly.
Yeah, I think you never want to really complete.
It seems pretty useless.
You want the Rabadons.
Yeah, for sure.
Void Staff Rabadons, and you're having a good time, but at least for now it won't be. Maybe, I didn't see when he purchased it. Maybe he thought there was going to be an important fight and just wanted the immediate power. I mean, in that case, I think it makes the most sense. The Blighted Jewel offers less than the Hex Tech, I
I'm
think.
not sure it does. I mean, look how much MR is on that Cassante, and that's the main person he's hitting. By the way, doesn't matter too much now. He is working towards the Void. There are chains on Driver, so I guess he's put those on Kai'Sa.
Oh, you'd have to think so. Driver's build is wild. This guy's going wacko mode.
No, I think it's solid. I think the chains is definitely the only real weird thing, and I think it's still pretty good.
Now, I think, what do you do here if you're J-Team? Because the Baron's coming up, as well as the Ocean, and with that last fight, Ocean's Soul is on the cards for CFO. And while, yes, you have quite a few members that will be able to apply Grievous Wounds if the Ocean Soul comes through, you really don't want to be itemizing into that.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance you can give over the Ocean Soul at this point. And I think Baron is probably not fast enough. Like, they can do it very quickly, but they really only have about 10 seconds to do it. And I think it's pretty unrealistic. I mean, maybe they could two-man it. If Poppy Azir could two-man it while the rest kind of pretend like they're contesting the drag. But even then, I mean, the drag might just go down to Kai'Sa.
I think you need Azir to pretend.
Yeah, maybe. But Azir can at least TP. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see what they do. It looks like for now they're going to set up control around the bot side.
Bruce recalling. Does he have LDR? That's probably the main question here. The biggest item that could possibly come through. Oh.
Did he really base for...
Maybe he's waiting on gold.
Okay, he's got it.
Yeah, okay.
That's a pretty late base. They might lose control if they realize that Bruce isn't here.
Yeah, Lalva... thought he might be in some trouble there for a second, but ultimately is going to be okay. Void Seeker connects here onto Lalva, which means in another 3 seconds another one will come out, but that does miss. So they have 15 seconds off. A Driver, he's been found. He goes golden once again, as does Gemini, and it's Unso in the middle of the fight. Nice ground there found by the Poppy to stop any rel engage as Gemini comes back in, but it's coming up all J-Team. Minji's found the Emperor's Divide, and Jimmian, as well as rest, will not have the damage. And after all is said and done, one death on the Kai'Sa, and it's going to be J-Team picking up the game.
Insane team fight there from the side of J-Team. Oh, Jimmian does get out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lava can just hunt him down while the J-Team members look to end. And credit to Jimmian. I mean, he's kind of, not too impactful. Useless even for most of the game, but 6,200 damage in that fight. Put in the work. Happens. As long as they can keep chasing him, it should be fine.
Oh, I can't wait to see a replay there. I think the steadfast presence from Poppy there was crazy. It completely negated rel engage.